What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. You're going to want to see this clip at the end about Brad Garlinghouse and see what caused him to make this absolutely shocked face. Sorry, I took a few days off, guys. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving and good holiday. I've been on vacation, but I had to bring you this information because a lot's going on with Binance, the founder CZ, the US government's going after him, why Bitcoin could be in for a soon bull run, and Ripple in the derivatives market. So let's hop right into it. So if you guys don't know, Binance is by far the biggest crypto exchange. Nothing comes close to that. And your opinions on Binance aside, if it did receive detrimental lawsuits or outcomes, that would be bad for the whole space. And the US government is now arguing that CZ, Changpeng Zhao, is a flight risk, and they don't believe he'll return to the US for a sentencing next year. Essentially, what they're saying is that Binance is doing money laundering, supplying money to terror organizations, and a lot of other big allegations. And if Binance goes down, that's bad for the whole space. Speaking of Tether, which is a lot of shady stuff around, Tether has now blacklisted 8 Tron wallets, and people are speculating that this $70 million that has been blacklisted, that would really suck, goes back to Justin Sun. Justin Sun is the founder of the Tron blockchain, also has a lot of shady allegations, and people think he's just looking to exit liquidity right now because of what's going to come forward legally to him in the future. This is from BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes. Now, Arthur Hayes is kind of like the LeBron James of Bitcoin. People love him or they hate him, and he is saying that Bitcoin and crypto is going to surge because of a dollar liquidity rise. In a post on Twitter, Hayes encouraged fellow Bitcoin and crypto enthusiasts to stay focused, highlighting a significant uptick in the US dollar liquidity. He suggested Bitcoin price will likely mirror a rise in dollar liquidity, leading to an increase in the price. And your opinions on this guy aside, he's a founder in crypto. He's been around in the space publicly for over a decade. And these are the people that they're not always right. You know, experts are not always right. Just look at the COVID-19 thing that I can't say on YouTube, right? Just because someone's an expert doesn't mean they're always right. That's the nature of science. But this is a very smart founder, and I would respect his opinion. Good for risk on assets like crypto. And there's a clip here that I'm not going to play, but the headline of it, and this guy speaking, it shows all the different financial markets in trillions of dollars, and you'll see the largest financial market is derivatives. Nothing comes close to the derivatives market. And he says, quote, if you really want to make money in the blockchain, then you should be looking at derivatives. The products that will be around in the blockchain space in 10 years aren't going to be things like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, these meme coins. Maybe they'll last. I wouldn't be betting on those. It'll be all the coins that actually solve problems. What is your protocol doing? In the case of XRP, we're saving banks, which are in the business of money and time. We're saving them money and time. It's their business bottom line. So the market product value of XRP, the value proposition is very clear, and it's a very needed spot for some innovation. And experts are speculating that this adoption of XRP could increase the price. Not could, mathematically it will increase the price. The more dollars that are going through XRapid in this on-demand liquidity protocol, the higher the price needs to be. Why? Because if you're sending billions of dollars through XRP when the price is at 60 cents or whatever it is today, the slippage on those transactions is going to be very high. If I'm sending $1 billion, I want close to $1 billion to be on the receiving end. I don't want a 10% price slippage. On $1 billion, 10%, we're talking 100 million. So the price will go up as there's more adoption. And the only thing that's blocking adoption right now is regulatory clarity. And this expert targets XRP 5,000% increase at a price of $25. That might sound crazy now, but if I told you to buy a penny worth of Bitcoin in 2009 and hold it for 14 years and you'd be a millionaire, even I'd call myself crazy. So it's a different asset class. You got to keep that in mind. XRP's price bull flag hits in a 20% rally by New Year. This so-called bull flag pattern develops when the price consolidates inside a parallel channel after a strong uptrend. It resolves after the price breaks out. So you'll see here's the flag pull. Here is the flag. And it's tapped this support resistance 3 times now. And typically, price goes up a lot like it did in the past 2 months. Sideways, downwards accumulation. And then you go right back up. So essentially, because we're bouncing off this trend line, this guy is speculating around the December 31st, January 1st, New Year holiday that you could be seeing the breakout of XRP. If you guys want a spot to get XRP or Flare, I recommend Uphold. You can find a link to Uphold in the video description below. It's where I get my XRP daily. And if you want $41 guaranteed for free to get some more XRP, sign up with Webull, deposit 1 penny, and you're guaranteed at least $41 in free stocks. You can get up to $3,000, but typically you just get $40 to $300. Great offer just for signing up, depositing a penny. Close your account, sell your stocks, get some more XRP if you want, but definitely check out Webull in the video description below. And this is from the Pompliano podcast. This guy's a Bitcoin maximalist. Here we have Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, and they have a really good conversation about Bitcoin and XRP, the pros and cons. And at the end of this video, you're going to see the infamous Brad Garlinghouse stock face. And I'm shocked too to this guy's response to what caused Brad Garlinghouse to do this. Take a listen.
For sure. I asked you last time, I'm assuming your answer has not changed, but your belief and the people at Ripple's belief is XRP is not a security. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But what would the challenge to the business be if it was deemed a security, right? So like, I always think of it as like, there's almost like this path where you say, okay, your belief based on whatever frameworks are out there is XRP is not a security. If that ends up being the end state, you get the kind of, the housekeeping that you described. I think you guys have like a pretty clear path as to like what you'll continue to go do and accelerate and kind of the positive impact on the business. What's the impact if, whether rightly or wrongly, but like there was a decision that like, hey, XRP is a security? Is that kind of the, like, maybe not the death blow, but does that pretty much tie your hands and make it nearly impossible to conduct business in the United States? Or is there some alternative path, but maybe it's just like filled with more obstacles and it's just more difficult? Like, how do you look at that?
Well, look, I mean, I look at it as one member, and Ripple's an important member of the XRP community, that it is my very strong opinion that it's very hard to look at XRP as a security. I've made lots of points publicly about why that's the case.
I didn't think you'd changed your mind on that, but I just wanted to give you the opportunity if you did, but go ahead.
Fair enough. I think if XRP were deemed a security here in the United States, that, where you have other major G20 markets that have already taken a different view, it's kind of like, I'm not aware of any market globally that thinks XRP is a security. And so, you think about it, all right, so why would we here in the United States want to make a decision that's out of sync with other major G20 markets? Why would we want to create an uneven playing field that advantaged these Chinese-controlled technologies, particularly, frankly, in a Trump administration, whatever you may think about that? I just step back and think, all right, why, like, is this the best path? Like, who are we solving for? And, there's plenty of conspiracy theorists that, are out there that have all kinds of conjecture about all kinds of things. I just look at it and think about it. Look, you've got a bunch of companies here in the United States building upon an open source technology that isn't controlled by the US, isn't controlled by China, isn't controlled by Ripple. We should want to fuel and foster that. We should want to provide the clarity, the certainty, the level playing field. And I think that if there were a negative determination made, that would mean that, okay, in the United States, people would need to be thinking about, if you trade XRP, well, you need a broker-dealer license. You also have examples which, like today, PayPal has announced their intent to support these things. And they have actually, my understanding is they have been relatively transparent that, hey, we're not supporting XRP at the opening of, PayPal support because of the lack of regulatory clarity. Well, all right, so that gives these Chinese-controlled technologies, where the Chinese Communist Party certainly has, if not control, heavy influence. I mean, again, I'll digress just to simply point out, when Ant Financial, the largest IPO in history, is delayed by the Chinese Communist Party, let's not pretend that if the Chinese Communist Party wants to provide control or oversight in some way of these concentrated miners in China, I think that's not realistic. And again, I'm not necessarily even saying, let's just acknowledge it. And let's decide, okay, does it matter? Is it critical? Let's not pretend it's not there. Let's acknowledge it's there. And like,
but hold on a second. So there's a difference though between could they exert influence over miners that are a minority part of the network, right? Versus
they're not a minority.
Of course they are. There's nobody who's got 50+% control.
4 miners in China have well over 50% control.
But that's 200%.
No, sorry. The combination of 4 miners have over 50% control.
Yeah, well, no, they've got over 50% of the mining hash power, but they don't have control of Bitcoin, right? It's not like the Chinese Communist Party can change anything or do anything. There are miners, of course.
If you control a majority of the hash power, the miners are the masters. If you control a majority of the hash power, we have seen 51% attacks on other blockchains. If the Chinese Communist Party, if what you're saying is you don't think the Chinese Communist Party could go to those 4 miners and say, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z, I'll ask you, is that the position that you're...
I'm trying to understand what your argument is in terms of you're saying that the Chinese Communist Party has the ability to essentially 51% attack the Bitcoin network.
For sure they do.
Oh, I disagree with that for sure. All right, hold on. Wait, time out. Put a pin. Hold on, pause. I know you well enough, and I think you know me well enough. We're not going to change each other's mind on this. So just put a pin in that one.
Okay, well, let me ask 2 questions.
Okay.
Do you think the Chinese Communist Party could, if they wanted to, control those 4 miners?
No.